Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene sees Roros Al-Khazari, the billionaire rich kid, the person who, frankly, has lived on more coattails than most people have pairs of coats, or sets of coats. He is currently in... Roros lives in an apartment, doesn't he?
Until the well, actually, he's planning on living in the house in the apartment even after the house is built. But yeah,
Actually,
he's got that big ass apartment with the node room in it and everything.
okay. Roos, it is about 3 minutes past midnight, and you were doing what all 20-year-olds do at 3 minutes past midnight. You're going to go and eat some cereal. Um, because it's Cocoa Pops are like a staple food at midnight. It's how life works.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you make your way downstairs to the kitchen. As you do so, however, it's odd. Under your feet, because you're only wearing pajamas, so you're not wearing socks or anything. Under your feet, the steps to downstairs to your because your apartment has 2 floors, so you're making your way down a set of stairs to the lower floor of the apartment. Every one of the steps feels hot to the touch, like you're walking on hot, but they also don't feel like wood. They feel like you're walking on hot stone.
How hot is it getting?
Not unpleasantly so, but like they're in the sun in a very hot place, or have been in the sun in a very hot place.
Okay, so it's getting to the point where it would be uncomfortable to walk on, but not there yet.
Correct.
I will. He'll look down at the stones, look down at his feet, make sure he's not blistering, and then slowly continue to walk down carefully. This time, though.
As you look down and look back up, you are no longer standing in your apartment. You see stretched out before you an infinite sea of sand that appears to go right to the horizon and back as you stand under moonlight. You are now standing on a great set of stone steps that appear to lead up to the building shown.
This is not what I expected when I went for cereal. Oh man, my team's gonna kill me. We're supposed to go back in an hour. Well, let's see where we go. And he's gonna walk up towards the building.
The doorway to the actual castle itself stands closed. It's carved in a beautiful pattern that shows men in ancient armor and upon ancient chariots doing battle with one another. The door appears to be carved from some kind of dark, exotic hardwood. But as you approach it, you see 2 great lions carved into the door with shaggy manes, who both seem to look at you, their eyes moving, though still composed entirely of wood, as they both snarl in unison.
I take it you're the guardians to this place.
Whom is it who seeks, one says, entrance to our master's abode?
I am Roros Okazari, disciple of the Teftani.
It speaks as though it knows who it is. Are you sure that you are this and not something else?
You'll think on that for a moment. You'll say, I'm quite sure I know my name, though I know not what came before me, at least not yet. That is still hidden. But I will walk the path that is set before me.
Truth often hides until you are brave enough to take the first step in finding it. And then in perfect unison, welcome to our master's house, Roros Al-Khazari. And the door opens.
Roros will bow his head to the 2 lions and say, You are very polite for doorkeepers. You are very beautiful as well. And he will walk in.
You are immediately hit by the smell of spices and the smell of lemon as you walk in. It's not unlike your home when you were much younger. There used to be a lemon tree that grew just outside the main kitchen. It used to fill the house in the morning with the smell of zest. You find yourself in a huge room with a vaulted ceiling. There is a large pool of water in the center of it, vast, rippling, and rather pleasant. It seems to cool this room, which is still stiflingly hot, despite the fact that the sun has long since set. You become immediately aware that there is something in the water, however, a great form that as you enter slowly and languidly raises its head above the water, great droplets dripping from its serpentine skin. As you see this,
Roros will bow his head and say, "Great creature, I am Roros Okazari, and I am awed by your presence."
I know who you are, Roros al-Khazari, disciple of the Teftani, those whom claim to understand the light and to shun the shadow. I know well who you are. It leans forward, its huge body causing the water to ripple and cascade as it does so. And it appears to look at Rose, almost like it's looking through him. You who have battled monsters, you who have saved souls. Yet still there is so much doubt that lurks within the heart of Roros al-Khazari. I contemplate, why is it that after so much good, you still doubt yourself? Hmm.
If I were to answer the question myself, it would be because I have seen actions that have been taken with good means turn awry. I have seen things that were meant to invoke light instead bring shadow. And I am still conflicted as to my true purpose in this world.
Do you blame the people whom acted with good in their hearts, or do you blame the machinations of fate?
I I would blame the chains of fate that have bound their hands to such.
You see fate as a chain. Why?
If such things are to be predestined, if such things were always meant to happen, then how can anyone truly rise above what they are? How can they ascend to the heavens that they are meant to climb?
Maybe you have been vested with the ability to defy the chains, thus should be the breaker of them.
He will look down as if in thought. I have always striven to be a positive influence, to be a light upon my friends and those that I see as worthy of such in this world. But I am still young, and they do not see the value that I have tried to offer to them. At least some have, but some still see me as a child.
Wisdom does not necessarily come with age. Wisdom is given through the experience of life. Do you believe that you have experienced enough of life, Roros al Khazari, to be considered wise?
I think that the wise man knows he is not wise, but believes that what he does is right.
So you believe that you cannot be wrong.
I understand that there are times when I will be wrong, but I will never doubt my actions.
Self assured nature, the ability to take steps forward, fascinating. So I contemplate. Power makes one right. Yes or no?
Power makes one free, and freedom is right.
He stops at that. genuinely appears to be contemplating those words. The draconic eyes close as it appears to mull over what you said. And once again, we return to the concept of freedom, that you will shatter chains, chains of convention, chains imposed by the limitations of age, and chains shattered the nature of fate. Is that what you seek, Roros Alcazari? To be he whom with power, with mandate brings freedom.
It is all I have ever sought in my entire life.
The creature appears to be genuinely amused as it looks at you with those very luminescent orange eyes, and it says, "Then you have been given the chance to prove that you may shatter the bonds that restrain you, that you may shatter the bonds that keep humanity kneeling. You have been given this opportunity, Roros Al-Khazari, child of light, servant to the Great One, him who holds contempt for the shadow. Do not forget it."
Roros will smile and he will say, I burn your words into my brain and inscribe them upon my soul.
And with that, you will simply see the creature submerge itself again. And then you will be standing in front of your fridge with your milk in your hand. No time appears to have passed. Congratulations, you have completed your seeking.
Wow. Roros will look down at the milk and he will promptly pour himself a bowl of Cocoa Puffs and he will eat them.
Celebratory Cocoa Puffs are the best Cocoa Puffs.
Exactly.
All right, if you're happy, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.